Today, we are talking about the Aztec Empire. So, paano nga ba nagsimula at natapos ang Aztec Empire? Nagsimula ang lahat ng 1300s. Ang mga Aztec ay originally nomadic person na tinatawag na Mexicas. Naghahanap sila ng matitirhan na ngayon ay ang Mexico. The Mexicas waited for a sign. According sa Aztec oral traditions, ang mga manlalakbay na ito ay nakakita ng isang eagle na may tangay na ahas sa ibabaw ng cactus. Ininterpret nila ito bilang isang sign from God at dito nila itinayo ang kanyang tinitirahan. Sa pagdating ng panahon, nagkameron ng sariling pag-aaral at sistema ang mga Aztec tulad ng astronomy, number system, medicine at agriculture. Paano nga ba naging advance ang mga Aztec sa ibang larangan tulad ng astronomy? At paano naging sistema ng mga Aztec? Ang Aztec Empire ay may complex at highly advanced na pag-obserba ng kalawakan na ginagamit nila sa pag-track ng oras at calendar system. Nagagamit nila ito for timekeeping, agriculture, at political ideology. Ang astronomy ng Aztec ay konektado din sa kanilang religion, agriculture, at calendar system. Dahil dito, mahalaga para sa calendar system nila na mag-predict na astronomical events tulad ng solar at lunar eclipse. Nalaman din nila ang tamang oras at best time of the year para magtanim at mag-harvest ng kanilang mga pananim. Malaking bagay para sa astronomiya ng mga Aztec ang araw dahil ginagamit nila ito sa calendar system. At ito na nga ang kanilang sun god na si Huitzilopochtli. Sinasabing nagsasacrifice ng mga tao ang mga Aztec para bilang sacrifice para kay Huitzilopochtli kasi kailangan ito ng nourishment at sustansya na galing sa tao. Naniniwala sila na ang universe ay nasa 5th era na o tinatawag nilang the sun. At para naman matrak ang kalawakan, andito ang mga Tlamatinime o ito ang mga Aztec priest. Sila ang nagmo-monitor, nagsta-study ng kalawakan at nagme-maintain ng mga calendar para sa time tracking. Significant ang mga Tlamatinime para sa agrikultura at sa study ng astronomiya ng mga Aztec. Para sa mga Aztec, ang eclipse ay omens or signs from gods na may masamang bagay na padating o magandang bagay na parating para sa mga Aztec people.
Next is the number system. The Aztec number system was a vigesimal system, meaning it was based on the number 20. This was different from the decimal system based to 10 that we use today. So bale, no panahon daw ng Aztec ay nakabase sila sa 20, not unlike sa ginagamit natin ngayon na nakabase tayo sa 10. So ang meaning nito is yung number 9 sa atin, number 19 sa kanila. And yung number 8 sa atin, number 18 sa kanila. Kumbaga nag-aalan tayo ng 10. How it was simple yet effective and used symbols to represent numbers for trade and tribute. Its scribes used these symbols to keep detailed records of tribute paid to the empire. And for astronomy and calendar records, the Aztec tracked the cycle of Venus and calculated eclipse season, integrated math into their understanding of the cosmos. Their calendar system, which included a 365 solar calendar, was based on their numbering system. Here are the symbol of the Aztec number system. First is the dot. So, ang value daw ng dot is, it can be 1 to 19. At ang value naman ng flag is 20. Ang value ng feather is 400. And ang value naman ng incest bag or pouch ay 8,000. So, bali kapag naka-horizontally arranged naman daw is ang pinakamalaking value daw is nasa kaliwa. At yung pinakamaunting value naman is nasa kanan. At kapag naka-vertically arranged naman is yung largest value ay nasa baba. At yung pinaka-mounting naman ang value ay nasa taas. So, for example is 627. Nasa baba yung feather because it has the largest amount among the flag and the dots. So, nasa baba yung 400, which is feather, and pangalawa is yung flag, which is 20, And the next is the dot, which is value is 1. So, bale, 627 daw. So, 400. Tapos, yung merong itong 11 na flags, which is 11 times 20 is 220. And meron itong 7 dots. So, bale, magiging 400 plus 220 plus 7 is equals to 627. The Aztec did not have symbol for zero, which made their system less flexible for some kinds of calculations compared to the Maya. So, ang Aztec daw ay walang symbol for zero na naging dahilan para magkaroon sila na mas challenging na calculations kumpara sa panahon ng Maya. It was written and visual system, not for written equations or algebra. The Aztec number system was practical, logical, and adapted to meet the administrative and ceremonial needs of a powerful empire.
So today I'm about to give you some ideas of how the Aztec agriculture runs. Aztec agriculture was highly advanced and essential to supporting their large and growing population. Ang location ng Aztec farm ay nasa region na may limitadong area lang ng land. So they developed techniques to maximize their food production at the Chinampas system, or also called floating gardens. Ang Chinampas system ay man-made o gawa ng tao na ginawa sa mababaw na bahagi ng lake by layering mud like sediments and plant material. Yung kanal na namamagitan sa Chinampas are also made transportation of goods and water efficient siya. Around the Chinampas, the Aztec could also catch fish, frogs, turtles, and waterfowl such as ducks and geese. So in the Chinampas, the main crops of the Aztec included maize or corn, which was the staple food, along with beans, squash, chili peppers, tomatoes, avocados, and amaranth. And now, have you ever wondered how cacao or cacao beans is essential to the Aztecs? Then, let me tell you something. Cacao is the currency of the Aztec Empire purchasing power. Ang cacao beans ay pwedeng gamitin sa pagbili ng variety of items. Katulad na lang ng ducks, turkey, eggs, at pwede rin itong pambayad sa sa labor or pambili ng mga slaves. Ano pa? Ang cacao ay nagagamit rin sa pagte-trade. Cacao beans facilitated trade, allowing for the exchange of goods between different regions and social classes. So, how about social status? So, we all know that ang cacao or ang chocolate ay nanggagaling sa cacao beans. Where cacao beans is often reserved for the elite, including nobles, warriors, and high-ranking individuals. And dahil nga, ang cacao ay nagsaserve ng currency ng Aztec Empire, nagkaroon din ito ng counterfeiting, where individuals create fake beans, filling them with substitute, katulad na lang ng mga bato o buhangin. So, bakit naman mahalaga ang cacao sa culture ng Aztec? Because cacao was also held cultural and religious significance, often used in a ceremonies and ritual. Ang cacao ay nagsisilbing alay nila or inaalay nito sa kanilang god o sa mga rituals and ceremonies. And ang agriculture ng Aztec ay deeply connected sa Aztec religion. Isa dito na ang kanilang pinupuri o sinasamba ay si Tlaloc. As si Tlaloc ay ang rain deity, and the rituals were held to ensure good harvest. Dahil nga pinapaniwalaan ng mga Aztec na si Tlaloc ang nagbibigay ng good production, magagandang crops sa kanilang farmland.
Good day everyone, I'm Cristian Paulo R. Villares from BSCE1GB, and I'm here to discuss about the Aztec medicine. Aztec medicine was integrated, or the combination of herbal knowledge and their spiritual beliefs. They was grounded from empirical observation and their religious beliefs. Nakikita ng mga Aztecs na ang health is a result of natural forces, divine will, and the healing, the combination of physical and the ritual ceremonies. The Aztec civilization from 14th century to 16th century, they developed a rich and knowledgeable system of medicine. They combine practical healing with their spiritual beliefs. The knowledge passes down from priests, healers, or they call Tisitil or Tisil, next herbalists there, and spiritual healers that they call Curandero. They seen health as the balance between body, spirit, and nature. The sources of medical knowledge. Herbalism. Herbalism was formed the foundation of Aztec medicine except from their spiritual beliefs. The healers, Tisil or Tisitil, they diagnosed and treated the patients. Priests, priests used rituals and divination to explain illness and to treat illnesses kagaya ng mga naunang periods. And the spiritual healers or the curanderos, the common practices, herbal remedies for pain, fever, and stomach issues. They also use massages and physical therapy na ginagawa pa rin natin until now. Steam baths or temazcal for healing and purification. Bloodletting as a spiritual cleansing kasi nga naniniwala sila na possible na galing to ito sa kulam. Kaya ginagawa rin nila ang bloodletting. The important plants and herbs. Cacao. They use it for tonics or energy boost. Peyote. For visions and healing rituals. Ang peyote ay isang type ng cactus na walang tusok. And chili peppers to treat coughs and cold. Aloe or aloe vera for skin treatments na ginagamit pa rin until now. The willow bark for pain relief. Ito ay parang type or ito yung isang ingredients para sa aspirin. Surgery and practical care. Aztecs practiced bone setting for bone fracture. They treated wounds with herbal and stitching. They used obsidian blades for minor surgery and dental care, including teeth cleaning and fillings. Spiritual healing. Aztecs believed that many illnesses was from supernatural and spiritual imbalances. They believe illnesses come from divine punishment, witchcraft or sorcery, the loss of vital forces like the tonali or ihiotil, or bad omen, may pinanganak ka ng malas. Gods associated with healing. Tlaloc, the god of rain and illnesses related to water. Sepe, Totec, the god of renewal and skin diseases. Quetzalcoatl, that associated with wind and knowledge, including the medical wisdom.
Good morning everyone! Dadako naman tayo sa pagbagsak ng imperyo ng Aztec or the fall of the Aztec Empire. Una, ay kilalanin muna natin si Hernan Cortez. It says that Spanish conquest led by Hernan Cortez is combined with internal unrest and devastating diseases. Gaya ng nabanggit na siya ang nanguna sa conquest nila na salakayin nila ang Mexico. Siya rin ang tinuturing nagpabagsak sa Aztec Empire sa kanyang mga ginawa na mababanggit natin mamaya. Next na makikilala natin ay si Moctezuma II. Nabanggit dito na the leader of the Aztec Empire does not the Spaniards as a threat to their empire. He does not want bloodshed, so he warmly receives the Spaniards into his temple. Siya ang pinuno na ayaw na magkaroon ng patayan sa kanyang nasasakupan. Kaya naman ay sinalubong niya ang mga conquistador sa kanyang kaharian. Dumako naman tayo noong April 1519. Mayroong 11 ships na mayroong 500 na conquistador o mga nagsisipaglakbay na dumaong sa coast ng Mexico. At noong November 1519 naman ay sinasabi na in the Mexican highlands, it all started when the Spaniards reached the capital of Aztecs, the Tenochtitlan. Dito nagsimula ang pagkadiskubre ng mga Espanyol sa imperyo ng Aztec. The Aztecs were surprised by the new visitors, carried by strange animals and terrible weapons. Ang strange animal na tinutukoy nila dito ay ang kabayo na sinasakyan nila at ang mga armas nila na baril na sinasabing terrible weapons sa mga Aztecs. Many Aztecs believed that these Spaniards are the messenger of gods, so they can't look them in the eye. Dahil dito, ang mga tao ay hindi man lang nagsuspetsa na, sasakupin tayo nito, hindi man lang ito sumagi sa kanilang isip. At noong November 18, 1519, si Hernan Cortes at ang leader ng mga Aztec na si Moctezuma II ay nagtagpo sa kaharian ng Aztec o yung tinatawag na Templo Mayor. Moctezuma II gave Cortes fabulous fabrics and a necklace as a welcome gift. Ngunit ang inabot naman ni Cortes ay cheap green glass na kanilang dala. Sa kanilang pagkikita, sinabi ni Cortes na mayroong sakit na kumakalat at ang tanging cure or lunas lamang ay gold. Ito ay dahilan lamang ni Cortes para malaman niya kung mayroon ba ang kahariang ito ng limpak na ginto. Then one night, the Spaniards captured Moctezuma II and murdered him and threw his body at the lake of Texcoco. Ito ang naging pasimula ng paglusob ng Espanya sa Aztec. Ngunit, nang malaman ito ng mga Aztec, hinabol sila at pinatay on that Noche Triste or Sad Night na nagdulot ng pagkamatay ng 415 na conquistador. Dito na rin nagsimula ang pagkalat ng dinalang sakit ng mga Espanyol. Many people ill with typhoid and smallpox. With these pathogens, the local population has no immunity. After a year, the Aztec lost half of their population. At may mga sumunod pang mga nangyari dito, tulad noong 1521 of May, in Lake Texcoco, Hernan Cortes is back with the help of local allies who are enemies of the Aztecs. They plan to attack after 3 months and starve them. Then ang sumunod naman dito after ng 3 months is August 13, 1521. The Spaniards attack with more than 20,000 allied warriors na sinamahan ng mga mandirigmang mula sa mga lokal na tribo na matagal ng kaalitan ng mga Aztec. At nagtapos na nga ang kanilang gera na mayroong 240,000 casualties ng mga Aztec.